So in this story, science and technology is very important, isn't it? What's the importance for Operation Biting of what they're doing?
There are two aspects of Operation Biting. The first, which in a way was the big one, was that after Dunkirk in 1940, that Winston Churchill understood with a clarity that not many other people in Britain did understand, that rationally there was absolutely no way that Britain could win the war, and that it was going to be years before a completely disarmed British army was ever going to be able to engage with the Germans anywhere important. And although the Brits have written a lot about the Desert War and the Italian campaign and all the stuff that went on in the Mediterranean, in the grand scheme of the Second World War, none of this mattered much. But Churchill understood very clearly that although it was going to be years and years before there was going to be any hope of renewing the war on the continent, that it was absolutely vital to maintain a semblance of activity in the war effort. The British people, if they saw nothing happening, all right, we were bombing Germany, all right, there was the convoy war, which of course was vital, but it was defensive. And Churchill understood the importance of what I call military theatre, which was something, the story of Biting was put all over the front pages of every British newspaper after it happened in February 1942. And this was the main deck headline in all the major papers, because there was so little else going on, and the British Army was doing so little. And so that business of Churchill's understanding, which a lot of the generals did not understand, that to appear to keep the war going was vital. But of course there was a second strand, which was a scientific one, which was that this wonderful, brilliant, another fabulous personality, R.V. Jones, the scientific intelligence officer who worked between MI6 and the RAF. And R.V. Jones was a genius at figuring out the ins and outs of German radar. And when one day R.V. Jones was brought, this is about December 41, he was brought an aerial photograph which showed this new type of radar on the coast of France, which the Germans had codenamed Würzburg. And Jones pored over this. He's very young, he was only about 28 at the time, 29. And he pored over this photograph, and he traced a defile down the cliff on which the radar station stood. And he said to his assistant who was with him, he said, we could get in there